Okay, let's go fight this third kite. Now there's a gigantic platform here, so obviously the makings of possibly a treehouse. Who builds a treehouse this high? Alright, you shoot him and he does that spin move, and when he does that, it's pretty much that, it looks like that right now, but it actually gets faster. Crap. So yeah, you saw how his radar was blinking. It's pretty much your chance to shoot. Ah, crap. So yeah, see how fast he's going now? Almost done. You can tell when they're done. You can tell they're almost finished by how red the meter is and when it starts blinking. Alright. And now we fall to our death. Psych. And by the way, it's just Buzz Lightyear from here on out. There's no other characters to play with. You don't play with anyone. Well, no one else.
Bravo, Space Ranger. Excellent job. To infinity and beyond.
Okay. So, we got 4 tokens now. So that gives us a total of 9 tokens. We won't be getting the 5th token for that level until we unlock, we're supposed to unlock some special shoes that propel him forward. After that, we can beat RC. Alright, our first boss, and he's really not hard in the slightest. Now I'm gonna do this the slow way. I'm sure a lot of you are groaning, like, oh. But you know, even doing it that way doesn't even take that long. Now when I say I'm doing this a slow way, I'm saying that I'm just shooting him when he comes down. If you're a really good shot, and I'm not, well, you really don't have to be, because you can just, he'll aim automatically. But you have to be kind of fast. And if you are fast enough, you can aim and lock onto the plane. But I find it easier to just do this. But you can only hit him when he lowers and he starts shooting at you. Now, one thing I really did want to talk about, as actually before I get to that, you will hear Buzz saying a lot of things from the film. He does say a lot of things from the first one. Like what he just said right now. That was basically from the first movie. So, they pretty much combine both films. Now, I do have all 3 games. I have Toy Story for the Genesis, and I have Toy Story 3 for the PS3. I might do Toy Story 3, but do not ask me to do Toy Story 1, because that is hard. I don't know what it is with 90s games and kicking our butts, but Toy Story for the SNES and for the Genesis are extremely hard.
Infinity and beyond.
It's kind of like Echo, where if you just even attempt that game, you will probably get a lot of respect. It's not nearly as bad as Echo, but it's up there in difficulty. Or at least trying to be up there. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, apart from all of Buzz's lines, is the themes for like the bosses. The music that we just heard is actually set for another boss in the N64 version. That boss's music in this game is actually set for the boss we just fought now. So they basically switched tracks. I don't know why. And the N64 version is basically this game. It's just, some minor differences in music. Graphics, I guess, look a bit different. And there's no cutscenes, obviously. They don't, it's a cartridge-based system, so they just have, like, screenshots of the game, or whatever. Yeah, those things fly, so you probably have an easier time just aiming for them, for those things. And here we have the little type construction worker. He's lost 5 of his workers, so we're going to have to go find them. And here's an area where the climbing element really comes into play. It's not really as bad as the level that everyone hates. That one's actually coming up, I think, after this. It's right after this level. But it's pretty much up there. So to speak. It's up there. Yeah, it is a large climb, because you have to climb all the way to the top of the construction site to get to the boss. Now, the theme for the boss battles, for the mini bosses, they do keep that theme in the N64 version, but it's sped up. Now that I don't really understand. But here is another element that they add in some levels. It's the puzzle missions. Now for this puzzle, all we're doing is mixing colors. So we have to mix the colors so we can get these secondary colors here. So just push that bucket, use the stomp on these buttons, and when you get the desired color, you push it back. Very easy mission. They do actually get a bit trickier. The elevator one is my least favorite. And I believe Potato Head is in this level. And he gives you the weapon that you need for the boss. Because you can't defeat the boss with the laser. You need a disc. You need to shoot these discs at him. Or something like that. Okay. Yeah, don't land in that green stuff. You will take damage. And he's missing his eye, I believe. Yeah. Unfortunately, Rex is always in an easy place to find, so you really don't have to worry about him. And it makes sense, because he tells you where everything is. Now, we're coming up to another new element to the game. Now, this mission, I mentioned that there's both a race and a time mission. They're both represented by the same icon that you see at the end of a level. They both have, like, the checkered flag that you see that represents a race. And pretty much, they're basically the same thing. You have to be quick. That's pretty much why that is. But we're not racing Slinky. We have to find 5 wrenches. So, yeah, sometimes it'll be a race, and other times you'll have to find items in a certain amount of in a certain amount of time, and they're always scattered around that person, or that character. So you really don't have to worry about like getting lost trying to find these things. They're always nearby. They do stretch it a bit with a couple of these.
Great going, bud.
And sometimes it won't even be that. It'll just be like some random thing where, you just have to do a certain task before time runs out. So sometimes it won't even be collecting. Now, we have to climb this place to get to the boss. We can't actually fight the boss yet, but we do need to climb up here to find Potato Head's eye. So when we get up here, you'll want to... There's something on the side that takes you back up to where you left off. So you'll want to look out for that. Okay, so we push that button there. Gotta climb up here. And this is how you start climbing. Don't know why that happened. That's never happened before. And man, this takes long. I'm really glad they put shortcuts in this game. See, the alley level, I really don't remember if there is a shortcut for that. Actually, you know what, now that I remember, there is a shortcut, but I don't think it takes you very far. At least not as far as you'd like to be. I get kind of nervous with these buttons here, because you have to stomp on them.
9+ Light-Year Space Ranger Universe Protection Unit.
Now, this will probably sound kind of weird. Actually, it may not sound weird at first, because we haven't seen the boss yet. But this boss used to kind of creep me out. And kind of still does, but not really. There was a couple of other bosses that creep the heck out of me. And it really makes no sense, because they don't even look like... They look like people. They don't even look like... And if you remember the film, you probably already know who I'm talking about. Or who at least one of them is. But, it's not like they look like these really creepy or goofy looking toys. They just look like regular toys. But I didn't like them.
No time to lose.
Okay, we should be coming up to Potato Head's eye. Okay, now you've seen those nails, not nails, those bolts that have been dropping out. Those chains I was just hanging on, you really don't want to hang onto those for too long. See, I think it's at least the first one or the middle one. You don't want to hang on to them too long, because depending on where you are when you're hanging on them, when you're clinging to them, one of those bolts will hit you. So don't stay on them too long. Just be careful where you actually are.
Ranger Universe Protection Unit.
Okay, so... Okay, it's called the disc launcher. You have a limit to how many you can carry. You can only carry about 30 of these. Fortunately, they all respawn. So... Okay, yeah, it's only 30. I'm sorry if you can't see the meter. I'll adjust this later on, but you can only hold 30 of these things. Back here is where the shortcut is. And I just missed it! Ah! Come back! And I apologize if this is too dark. Next level is kind of dark too. The next boss was a boss that I really got stuck on. I couldn't figure out how to defeat him at all. Alright. Oh, that was cheap. Now, the discs actually home in on enemies.
9 Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger.
And
Universe
don't
Protection
worry
Unit.
about running out when you face this boss. Oh, crap! There's gonna be some on the edges that you can get, and they respawn as well, so don't worry about running out of ammo.
No time to lose.
But yeah, I know everyone hates the next level, but I really love that level. It actually has my favorite music track in the game. Don't touch me! I was hoping it would take me further than this, but the boss is right here, so I really shouldn't complain. Okay, let's look at the edges here, see if I can find anything else. And I just need 2 more coins and I can pay, what's his name? Ham. So yeah, here's another disc. Alright, now the boss is right there. It's a jackhammer. I like how they all say ha ha ha, they don't say anything else. And it says, I hope you have that disc launcher. And, you know, when I read that, I kind of think about Rex. Giving you all the hints and stuff. And Rex is a character that, you know, always seems nervous and worried about stuff. But yeah, be careful with this guy. He, tosses bolts at you. Oh, come on. Didn't I hit him? But yeah, look at that face. So yeah, I was actually a little creeped out by this music as well. Ah! Oh yeah, and for some reason, sometimes the bosses will give you coins. And this really is something I should have noted earlier, but when an enemy drops a coin, it'll disappear after a while. So if you really want that coin, get it fast. Especially if you still need to do the mission for Ham. Alright, now, we're not quite done here yet. I'm not going to jump off until I move on to this crane here. Because there's actually a little tyke hopping around on it. Okay. Now, if you jump from here and you land on the roof of this office here, you will get another life. Now, unfortunately, you can only get 9 lives in this game. I don't know why Pixar thought that Buzz was a cat or something. But you know, it's the same with 3D Blast. Like, Traveler's Tales seemed to think the same thing there. You know, Traveler's Tales developed that too. So, I don't know what their problem is. Can't get more than 9 lives in that game either. Yeah. Push the cinder block. And this is how you get to Ham. We got the final little tyke. Unfortunately, this is a level where you can get every token. The next level, I don't remember if there's only 3 or 4. There's at least one you can't get because you need something from Potato Head. So yeah, from time to time you'll probably hear like a little tapping noise. If I were playing this on my PS3, that would pretty much signal the skipping. Like the music skips for some reason, I don't know why. It can't play on the latest models for some reason, so I had to play this on my PS2. But you know, that track was really so dull and kind of boring. Well, really boring. That I would actually be surprised if you heard it. The next track is actually my favorite.